Hello and welcome to Women of Urban Legends. As usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload. Be sure to join us in our Discord community for exclusive updates. Now then, let's get cozy, light a candle, and join me as we discuss the tale of Bloody Mary. As children, many of us grew up hearing about the horror of Bloody Mary. Any brave child who dared to say her name thrice, or 13 in other variants, in a dark room facing the mirror would meet a grisly, untimely fate. This ritual calls for an individual or group to stand in a dark or dimly lit room facing the mirror. They are to stare at their reflection and incite the image of Mary by chanting her name a specified amount of times. The game originated as a means of divination for women to see the face of their future husband. Some women would only see a skull staring back at them in the mirror to indicate that they would die before marriage. Eventually, over time, the dark tales of the game said Mary would appear before you as a deathly ghost covered in blood in some appearances. She would then break your mirror as a means to shatter the veil between realms of the living and dead. She would scream, curse, strangle you, or scratch out your eyes. It's even said that Mary could steal your very soul. Now that we are past that, the most scary part of the ritual is just how real it can become. The Bloody Mary phenomena is real and has an insightful explanation. Humans look for faces in anything visual. As one stares into a mirror in a dark room, they will begin to hallucinate. Faces often become distorted and appear to melt. Other faces can begin to manifest behind you in an object as plain as a bath towel. When you expect to see something, you will see it. Try staring directly at your eyes in the mirror for a few moments and think to yourself about how happy you are. Chances are that your eyes will begin to start playing tricks and your reflection will begin to smile even if you're not smiling. It's scary, isn't it? Giovanni Caputo explains this as the strange face illusion, which merely demonstrates the consequences of dissociative identity effect. This can be truly harrowing and in some cases possibly induce psychosis. While Mary herself is no threat, the scary part is that there is still a threat, and it's your very own mind. Another scary aspect to the tale of Bloody Mary is that Mary herself was very much a real person. She was no witch as some may think. Mary Tudor was the daughter of King Henry VIII. Yes, that King Henry, like Six the Musical King Henry. King Henry who killed 2 of his wives and condemned others. Mary was the firstborn living child to King Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife. Mary lived a very sad life destined for solitude and exile in her younger years. When Anne Boleyn, Henry's second wife, entered the picture, Mary would begin to fall apart as Henry sought annulment from Mary's mother. When Mary did take the throne, she would go on to forsake Protestantism and burned prevalent Protestants at the stake. She was upholding in her heart both what she believed was right and what her mother would have wanted, as Catherine was a pious woman of God devout to Catholicism. Anne Boleyn had a role in the Reformation, and Mary simply would not stand to see Catholicism sullied. During her reign, it was said the streets stunk of burning flesh and fat each day as Protestants were publicly burned in groups. However, Mary killed the least amount of people compared to her father or even her successor, Queen Elizabeth I. So why is she remembered as Bloody Mary? Why not Bloody Henry or Bloody Bess? Mary's gender played a huge part in her defamation of character. It was justification to label Mary as one of the most hated and evil people in history. However, one may argue Mary had an abusive childhood under the tyranny of her own father, grossly misguided and pushed to the end of her rope. What is also to blame is the growth of Protestantism and the forsaking of Catholicism as society adopted new beliefs. The urban legend of Bloody Mary tests the limits of our psyche and curiosity. It's almost hard to pass by a mirror and not wonder what could happen if you did it right now. While Bloody Mary remains only a legend, the woman and explanation behind the phenomenon are hauntingly real, meaning that this urban legend is both fiction and non-fiction. It truly toys with our perception of reality, and most of all, it teaches us that your mind can be the scariest place of all. Thank you so much for indulging in today's video. I truly hope you enjoyed, and if you're about to go to bed, well, good luck. I will see you in the next video.